Alrighty, I think it's time to get this last objective underway. I've been doing research on coasters. I wanted to just research all of them, just to show you all of them, but it keeps giving me more coasters to research, so we're just gonna move on. This is all the coasters we've gotten so far, and it keeps giving me more, so... to say the least, there's a lot of them. This is the one that has the hanging drop. So, that's the thing. Anyway, the hanging drop causes a lot of fear, so I don't know if we want to use that one. We also have the werewolf, the invincible, which is a giga. I don't know if gigas are good. We don't need inversions, we need excitement, we need fear, we need speed, we need a really big drop. We could try a giga coaster. That's a really long station. How many people is that? That's 4 people per car. It's not very good density, but that's a heck of a station there. Anyway, let's get this going. What's it have? It has a cable lift. EFN. EFN. Oh. EFN values whilst on a cable lift do not contribute. Oh. Oh. Curious. Catch car return speed, real fast. Target speed, we'll leave it at the default 12 for now. How vertical can this go? Only 45 degrees. We're real close to the edge, as it turns out, so we're gonna take this, and then we're gonna hit M, and then we're just gonna rotate it. That's not the button I meant to hit, I meant to hit this. There we go. Alright, back to building this. It needs a 100 meter drop, so we're gonna go all the way up to here, whatever here is. 123 meters, and we're gonna drop. We can't do a vertical drop, which is probably for the better. And in fact, we should probably just... If I could select the piece. No. What? The car dropped again. Was it because we weren't already on an incline? That's possible. Anyway, I wanted to grab this and just make that faster. It's real hard to click these. There we go. Just having some technical difficulties there. Anyway, that should catch. There it goes. And it properly drops this time. Okay. That's too steep of a drop. That's still gonna be too steep of a drop if I do it like that. So that goes all the way down to 24. It starts at 121. That's not far enough down. Did I have it like that? I don't remember where I had it curving. I don't know. Let's curve it here and see what it comes out to. And it has to go back up. That goes all the way down to 10, 12 meters there. Is that the height I want it? I don't know. How fast does that get going? Really fast. Good lord. Let's have a really long deceleration with like an upward climb here. Just bits of train car everywhere. What's the speed by the end of that? That drops quite a bit, but also nausea, good lord. So this thing can't do inversions. Oh my god, that's really big. If I do something like that. And then... Are you still curved? Tilted? Something? No. What does that even look like on the stats there? Because that's going real fast. It's going a little too fast, actually. It's that bit right there. Obviously, we don't want this thing 120 meters up if we're braking, so... 111? Will it do that? Will it do 111? Who knows? It will just barely do 111, so we're gonna... all we can do is overbank turns and helixes, so... Oh, it can't. It went back. Get... Blargen, Flargen, Blargle... I don't know what I just deleted there. Now will you do it? Who knows? Tune in next time to find out. No. Apparently this has to be much smaller than I was giving it credit for. It drops to almost no excitement at the top of that, though. That is no bueno as far as I'm concerned, so let's drop that like way down. 92. That's better. And then we'd have to make that huge for it to actually fit. Will it actually go that? Easily. Alright, well we're gonna go to the right, so we're gonna do that thing where we tilt it the opposite direction. And we're gonna be going pretty fast, so... we'll get a really big tilt going here. Excuse me, there we go. Let's see what that looks like. Does that make people throw up everywhere? No, it's actually alright. The fear goes up, but it's... we'll see. We'll see, he says. Helix up. You have to go real slow on helixes, though, because otherwise that fear goes real high. So let's just make it huge. Fear still goes too high there. I don't want to burn off too much speed because we need an average speed still. Do another overbanked turns. I really do like overbanked turns. We can't be doing overbanked turns for days here. We just have it go up. Slight incline. And then tilt it, and turn it, and bop it. No, 22, 45. We're doing our own overbank turns now. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Did I make that shorter? I don't have any idea. Either way, that should be like 22 or something, and then like dropping back down. That. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it seems reasonable to me, so that's what we're doing. Alright, do people break their necks over here? That actually seems reasonable until it falls off the end anyway. Helix down is how you give people neck braces. Overbanked turns that go over that look really cool, but I think that might be slowing our speed down too much. How small can we make that? Will it make that turn? Who knows? It will make that turn. But then we have to get it going the other way again. It's So we'll just do a back-to-back overbanked turns. Seems reasonable. Drops the fear down as well. God, dang it. I'm pretty sure I'm changing the size of this one. I don't want to. 25. Keep it straight. Slight turn. Fortunately, we're going to be going down here. I sort of want that to be much slower than it currently looks like it's going. What's that look like? Braking while it's going downhill. I'm not sure that's going to be terribly effective, but... It needs 8 excitement, which is ridiculously high. 10 excitement there for a second. I do a really big... Like a really big one of these. We gotta burn speed at some point during this, but we also have to keep excitement, and because this can't invert, I probably picked the wrong roller coaster for this. Know what this calls for? An overbanked turn. Sure. Actually needs to angle slightly. There we go. Figure 8 or overbanked turn. Overbanked turns are generally much better excitement. It's not angled enough, Capitan. Now is it angled enough? Not particularly the way I wanted that to go, but I think it'll be okay. What's that look like? The excitement goes way up to 10 during that braking there, which is actually kind of surprising. More trim brakes. Continue trim braking. Lots of trim brakes. Let's see what the stats are on this. 7.87 at most 5 fear. It has slightly too much fear and not enough excitement. This bit here induces a large quantity of fear. Like a huge amount of fear right there. Maybe we could break it a little bit. Does that raise or lower fear when you break? I don't know. Like, it's exciting over here when it does it. Oh, now it doesn't have enough speed. Doesn't have enough speed to get over that bit. What if make that brake really heavily, but the other one not brake much at all? Because that section was raising excitement. Will that continue raising excitement? We need to do something about that fear, though. Now it just doesn't actually get over that at all. I always like on cable lift trains, they have to actually stop at the hill for a little bit before they get caught by the cable itself. They have a return speed and everything. I always like that. $10.27, 5.31. I think it's just this part here. It goes up too much, yeah. I can look at the heat map, I keep forgetting about that. Fear. Far too much into this thing. No, I'm not actually done. I was just trying to get rid of the heat map. So what can we do about that? I can move this No, I can't, because the other track's in the way. I can delete that, because we have to do something about this bit. Trim brick. 4 miles, 6.2 second, whatever. I don't know how words work. See, but then I'm gonna have to rework so much of the thing because it just has too much speed. Is it figure of 8 right? Yeah. And then how big was it? I don't know. It's not high enough though, I can tell you that much. Something like that. But made smaller? Bigger? Somehow we have to line these two track pieces up again. That's obviously too big. Pretty sure it needed to be something like that in order to work. Let's look at the fear here. We gotta do some tweaking on this to get this to work. If I can do this without inversions, that'd be actually pretty neat. It's still too high. I think we just need a ridiculously long chunk of track like that to get it to slow down enough. I don't know. See, now it can't even make it up that, though. What if I take you, make you 1? I should slow the speed down and see what's going on here. Obviously the fear is going to be high during the drop. I can't do anything about that. The fear goes way down there. Okay. It simply doesn't have quite enough speed for this, though. So let's make it smaller. But then it's not going to have enough speed for any of the rest of this, and that's just going to slow down the excitement there, isn't it? Oh, you're going down. I don't actually want you to go down. I want you to be going up. Then start evening out. Quite a bit faster than that, actually, because it needs to tilt back that way. You, go away. You, connect to that. Will that break people's necks? Who knows? Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Don't actually. I haven't watched the new Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, it's not entirely related to this, but... Oh, that fear right there. And it does actually make it over that, but the excitement is much too slow, much too low now, so... Just take this piece, delete it, shrink it down. Which is going to change how this connects to it as well. I feel like it needs to tilt that much, but I don't think we have the luxury of being able to tilt that much. It has to do something here, though. And that something isn't what it's letting me do. I delete that. How did you get over there? How long has it been over there? I don't know how it got over there. Take this and we'll just start figuring out what the hell's going on with this piece of track here. Hold on. Straight it out. It's going straight, right? Yeah. And then just do an overbank turn. Was it that big? I don't think it needed to be that big, though. So now we're over here, because we're angled differently. Which makes me a very confused person. Excitement drops quite a bit there. You know what? Freaking hold on. If we're gonna remake this much of the track, we're gonna have to do it from scratch, basically, so. It's as small as that goes? We're gonna have to redo this from scratch, effectively. I think, no, not another figure eight. Overbanked was like that way or something. I don't think the physics will allow this to actually function the way it appears to be trying to function, though. Let's go out a little bit and then do that. There you go. Oh, see, the fear is really high again, though. The fear is actually ridiculously high because it's going way faster than I thought it was. Whoa, not that small. I want to know why it always starts coming off of these with like a negative 22-degree angle. I don't quite understand why it's doing that. I don't think it matters. Do I want to keep doing a horseshoe right? I believe I do. I'd like it to do it different than the way it is currently trying to do it. That little hump is going to snap someone's neck off at some point. I'm calling it now. Even out. Probably just try and... Actually, no, we don't want to even out. We want to keep going down. No! Here we go. Okay. Nope. You piece of track, go away. And we'll figure out what the heck's going on here. I'm pretty sure that's like a... Is that flat? What angle is this at? That's flat. That's the top of it there. Okay. That's actually reverse of flat, but you know what I mean. Now it's flat. Flat it out here. I'm sorry if people are bored by me doing this, by the way, but that's like most of the game. Also, I'm not very good at building coasters. Okay. Does it maintain enough speed to get through this part of the track? And also, does it have enough excitement? Probably no to both of those. Yeah, no, that's not terribly exciting getting stuck on that part. I can't believe I've managed to do that. Well, obviously that's not going to work, which means most of the rest of this probably isn't going to work the way I want it to, so we get to redo it. Horseshoe. That's interesting that that fits at all. Immediate horseshoe back the other way. And then... figure out what's going on here. Trying to keep as much of the track as possible intact here. No, don't click on the station. I'm doing weird camera angles so I can actually see that the track is tilted without looking at it. If I do that, where's the car? There it is. I don't know, 8 excitement is really hard to get, as it turns out. probably would be easier if I had a coaster that could invert. Excitement's really high there for some reason. Excitement looks pretty good there, but the fear goes up. And I lose a lot of excitement there. It slows down, and I think I lose some excitement. No, I actually gain some excitement there. Well, let's see what it looks like. Fear should be lower at the very least. Fear is in fact not lower. What's the average speed on it? Am I even hitting that? I am hitting the average speed. And the biggest drop. I need more excitement and less fear. Do that. Where's the fear at? Right there is actually low fear. So there's only 2 points of high fear. If I lower those, does it even change anything? Oh, don't at all save that as a blueprint, please. I don't need to embarrass myself. What if I turn the drop into trim brakes? What does that do? No, not at all that much of a deceleration rate, though. And then take this stuff and turn that into a regular track. Does it still have enough speed for this? Does it still have some ridiculous fear going on? Fear is lower there, but it doesn't have the speed anymore. Get rid of the heat map. No heat map. Regular track. Regular track. Oh no, it did actually make it all the way over. Now I'm not going to be able to see what it actually got there, because I changed the track since it started. Oh no, it did show me. That excitement is 8, but the fear is too high. Oops, don't pause it. Probably average speed's too low. No, the average speed is higher. How has this occurred? That fear is too high over there. That fear is really too high over there. Oof. The faster speed is definitely helping, but I need to do something here. There and there to slow it down a little bit. And maybe somewhere else might be needed. We'll see. The excitement's just barely over, but the fear is so much higher than it should be, or needs to be, I should say. That's still too high. Apparently putting trim brakes on a drop is actually really good, because they're loving it over there. Let's put some there and change those off and see what it does. Or maybe leave that one on, I don't know. We need more excitement, but I can't do inversions, and that's the source of all of my excitement, but I need to lower the fear. That made the nausea go up. Not the nausea, the fear. Probably because that break is not actually doing anything, because the speed target is too high. Nah, see. Well, no, that'll make them all trigger, actually. If I set this target speed really low, they'll always trigger the brakes. So brakes on a downward slope makes the excitement really high. This is good to know. I'm learning. We've learned a thing. The fear is too high still. And the excitement is still too low. Like, watch the excitement here at the start. It goes all the way up to 12. Which is pretty darn high. Excuse me. Do I have anywhere else that it goes down that I could apply a brake to? There instead of over here? I'm gonna cut it here and keep fiddling with it. I kind of really want this one to work. I want to do it without inversions, so I'll twiddle with it some more and see if I can do anything. We're so close. I'm so close. Look at it. I can't do it. I need inversion. It's this piece right here. I'm pretty sure if I can rework this part here. In fact, let's slow it down and you guys can see what's going on here. I'm using a lot of trim brakes because the trim brakes in certain spots, one for slowing it down just a little tiny bit, but also they increase the excitement in certain locations. Most notably going downhill. You can see it right there. You can also see it happen here again. You can see the excitement spike up. I don't really know why, but that is the way it works. But I'm losing a lot of excitement, not necessarily on this one. This one's not great, but it's this one right here is screwing me over. Because you can see it almost stops there and it loses quite a lot of excitement there. It's got to do something about that. To rework that. Unfortunately means redoing a fair chunk of stuff here if I want to make this smaller so it maintains some speed. Means I'm going to have to delete this chunk of the track. Nope, not that. And I can tilt it, turn it that way a little bit. Maybe tilt it a little bit more and turn it that way a little bit more. And then see if that works. If I do that, that makes it real wiggly there, which I don't really like, but we can take this and go, yay, smooth all. Makes it a little bit less wiggly. Oops. And let's see what it comes up with here. See if that made it any better. It could have in fact made it worse and pushed the fear slightly higher. Unfortunately, because it is going to push it higher because it's going to be a smaller curve here. But it pushed the excitement up a little bit. Was that enough? I don't know. No. In fact, did that make the excitement worse? No, it did make the excitement higher, but it also made the fear higher. This is my frustrated voice. I don't know if I can actually do it with this coaster. Like, I can get over 8, but then the excitement hits 5.5. I've been fiddling with it. I'm probably better off just building a coaster capable inversions than doing it. I think I'll have to do that tomorrow, though. We're so very close to being able to do it. And I think if I just rework the last half of this or something, I can make something work. I don't know. I got a lot of excitement here and quite a lot there from doing the negative G's thing where I have the coaster on the outside of the track. Whenever it shows up, you can see it doing that. Sort of, if you manage to catch that. Which got a lot of excitement and not a lot of fear, which is good. But if I do it, I'm actually doing it over here. I should probably do it over here, and then we can make an assessment on whether or not that actually works. So if I just do this, can I then be like, yo, rotate the other way? No, that's not, it's not gonna let me rotate that way. So I have to remake this with the coaster on the outside of the track. I'll do it live, why not? I don't remember how I had this set up, so we're basically just gonna do it blind. Make sure it's rotated a lot. I'm pretty sure we were just, you know what, screw it. 90 degrees. No, not actually 90, that makes people panic. 67 is probably good. And then make it a little bit sharper. Even it out, make it a little bit sharper because it'll have burnt off some speed, and then start dropping it. And then we can start tilting it back in. And before I had some trim brakes here as well, so we may as well start plopping those down. That needs to be dropping a little bit more than it actually was. We can just do that and then see what it does, maybe? I don't know. Live data makes that look pretty darn exciting. Well, it's over 8 excitement, but it's not under 5 fear. And where's the fear at? Right here, we can lose some fear, but not much. And I don't think it's possible to lose more fear there. I don't know. We'll fiddle with it. Doing the inverted banking is actually really good, though. See, the fear is mostly green everywhere. The excitement... See, I can't slope that more because that's going to screw with the excitement because they won't be dropping for as long. Excitement there drops, it drops there. It's this... So I need to do something. I don't know. I'll fiddle with it, maybe. And if not, then I'll just build a new one and I'll meet you then. Alrighty, I managed to do it. I went ahead and just said screw it and built an invertible coaster. With some more time, I could probably do it with that, but doing it with an inverted one, I actually did it fairly quickly. I had a better version, but it said the drop was like 96 instead of 100, so I had to do some slightly janky stuff here. You can see it dips and then levels out there. It was a little bit short on the drop apparently, but average speed 35, biggest drop 106. It meets the stat requirements. It's actually a very difficult coaster to build, but our she be. I'll turn off the heat map so you can actually see what's going on here. Go down there, go into 2 of these, actually slightly different versions of the same thing, but I think that's a, we can look at it. I believe that one's a dive loop, and then the one over here is a 45? I think that's a 45. It goes over here into a, I think that might be another dive loop. No, that's a Sidewinder into a Sidewinder into a vertical loop into a Sidewinder, because I really like Sidewinders. Maybe a little bump here for the excitement. I can show you the stuff. That little bump actually drops the excitement quite a bit, and so does this loop. So I could probably get better excitement by modifying some things here, but it pushes the fear up without those because the speed is simply, it's a little bit too high going into things. But if you really want some excitement, apparently, having brakes on the drop itself, which is strange, but it raises the excitement quite a lot. You see it peaks at like 13, almost 14 there. And also, you can't see it because the overlay. I mentioned it in the last little chunk I recorded, but these basically 0G turns that are going off here, and you might notice there's a lot of brakes. Almost this entire coaster is trim braked. I have little strategic points where I took the trim brakes out to maintain a certain level of speed, but almost the entire coaster is trim braked. You can see it there, there's one there, there's one there, there's some more there. The entire first drop is trim braked. So, and the trim brake settings are set to 2 mile per hour target and 1 meter per second, deceleration rate for all of them except for these, which are set to, well, they should have been set to 2, but they're set to 1 and I'm not going to mess with it, so whatever. Anyway, this coaster would probably not make a lot of money because it only has a single coaster, but I don't care because it doesn't need to. It simply needs to be connected to a path, which can include its own path. So there you go. We did it. A lot of the playtime was simply just me researching coasters. Really, you don't need to research that many. As long as you have an invertible coaster, you could probably do this fairly easily. There's a lot of liberal use of trim braking and stuff like that, but there you go. I like that one. That's that is an actual hard objective to actually meet this requirement. Because 8 excitement, you can get 8 excitement, but you're going to be pushing the fear above 5, which is still green. I think it's green until 6. But yeah. Anyway, that's the last one for the traditional. I don't know what to call it traditional, but that's the last one for the main campaign that shipped with the game. All that's left is seasonal stuff, and if I feel like it, a challenge mode, which I'll probably do one, but I'm not gonna do all of the challenges. They're all the same thing, sort of, but there you go. Theme Park Legend, we've retrieved all of the gold stars. We did it. There you go. Hooray! Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I lied, I'll see you right now. I meant to say thanks for all the support for everyone watching and commenting and liking and sharing and all of those things. So thank you all for the support on this so far, and I will, at the very least, have a few more videos of this. Probably quite a few more videos, but we'll see. It's a pretty good game. There are some things that I've complained about. Not being able to sync coasters, the handyman area roster planner thing, stuff like that, but I'll get used to it. Anyway, for real this time, thanks for watching. See you next time.